Welcome to a club for people who love good movies. Use the links in the description to navigate the list of films quickly.
Miss Peregrines Home for Peculiar Children. A teenager finds himself transported to an island where he must help protect a group of orphans with special powers from creatures intent on destroying them.
Mad Max Fury Road. Years after the collapse of civilization, the tyrannical immortal Joe enslaves apocalypse survivors inside the desert fortress, the Citadel. When the warrior Imperator Furiosa leads the depot's 5 wives in a daring escape, she forgets and alliance with Mag Rocktenstein, a longer former captive. Filled on the massive armored truck, the War Rig, they try to outrun the restless warlord and his henchmen in a deadly high-speed chase through the wasteland.
Jim Button and Louis the Engine Driver. An orphan boy in search of his origin. A young princess held prisoner in Deadly Dragon City. Jim and his friend Luke discover a mysterious land on the quest of a lifetime.
A Wrinkle in Time. A Wrinkle in Time is a story of the adventures in space and time of Meg, Charles Wallace and Calvin O'Keefe. They're in search of Meg's father, a scientist who disappeared while engaged in secret work for the government on the Tesseract problem. After the disappearance of her father, 3 peculiar beings sent Meg, her brother and her friend to space in order to find him.
Inside Out. Growing up can be a bumpy road, and there is no exception for Riley, who is uprooted from her Midwest life when her father starts a new job in San Francisco. Like all of us, Riley is guided by her emotions: joy, fear, anger, disgust, and sadness. The emotions live in headquarters, the control center inside Riley's mind, where they help advise her through everyday life. As Riley and her emotions struggle to adjust to a new life in San Francisco, turmoil ensues in headquarters. All through joy, Riley's main and most important emotion, tries to keep things positive. The emotion conflict on how best to navigate a new city, house, and school.
Hit. Master criminal Neil McCauley is trying to control the rogue actions of one of his men, while also planning one last big heist before retiring. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Hannah attempts to track down McCauley as he deals with the chaos in his own life, including the infidelity of his wife and the mental health of his stepdaughter. McCauley and Hannah discover a mutual respect, even as they try to thwart each other's plans.
Fullmetal Jacket. Stanley Kubrick take on the Vietnam War follows smart Alec Private Davis, quickly christened Joker by his full-method drill sergeant, and pudgy Private Lawrence, nicknamed Gomer Pyle, as they endure the rigors of basic training. Throughout Pyle takes a frightening detour, Jakes graduates to the Marine Corps and is sent to Vietnam as a journalist, covering and eventually participating in the bloody Battle of Hue.
Monsters Incorporated. Monsters Incorporated is the largest scare factory in the monster world, and James Sullivan is one of its top scarers. Sullivan is a huge, intimidating monster with blue fur, large purple spots, and horns. His scare assistant, best friend and roommate is Mike Wazowski, a green, opinionated, feisty little one-eyed monster. Visiting from the human world is Boo, a tiny girl who goes where no human has ever gone before.
City of God. In the poverty-stricken favelas of Rio de Janeiro in the 1917s, two young men choose different paths. Rocket is a budding photographer who documents the increasing drug-related violence of his neighborhood. Joe Spiquento is an ambitious drug dealer who uses Rocket and his photos as a way to increase his fame, as the turf was wrapped with his rival, Knockout Ned. The film was shot on location in Rio's poorest neighbors. Life of Pi. After deciding to sell their zoo in India and move to Canada, Santosh and Gita Patel board a freighter with their sons and a few remaining animals. Tragedy strikes when a terrible storm sinks the ship, leaving the pettiest teenage son, Pi, as the only human survivor. However, Pi is not alone. A fearsome Bengal tiger has also found refuge aboard the lifeboat. As days turn into weeks and weeks drag into months, Pi and the tiger must learn to trust each other if both are to survive.
Tell us in the comments